Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Jenna. I'm 21 and this is going to be an introduction into my acne story, everything that I've gone through, everything I've tried to try and clear up my skin, and what I'm doing now currently. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So I first started getting acne when I was about 13-14, when I first started getting my period. I'd always had like baby smooth skin, and then all of a sudden it just seemed to start getting these little red angry sort of bumps. So I would get them on my cheeks, on my nose, a few on my forehead and like my hairline, and I would get like hormonal acne, so I would get like chin breakouts, but they would always be quite sparse and few between. Like it wasn't a constant and I didn't have to worry about it because I was just like, oh, it's just spots, like they'll go away, like it's no big deal, it doesn't matter. Kind of noticed they started getting more angry, they started getting more aggressive, and they were like, whereas before they would kind of come and go away and come and go away, now they would just stick it and they wouldn't budge. They looked really angry, really inflamed, really red. So I started trying some over-the-counter medicines. I tried all the normal brands, Clean and Clear, Clearasil, Neutrogena, Boots Own, Simple, all of them. I tried everything and nothing seemed to budge, and I thought, this is a bit odd, like surely I should have found like one brand which does something to my skin, but just nothing was clearing it. And so I just thought, oh, this is ridiculous, I need to go to a doctor because none of the normal treatments are working. And I just thought, oh well, if you have a health issue, you go to your doctor, don't you? And you hope they can fix it. So I went to the doctor, he gave me a cream, like a salicylic acid, which dried out my skin, but it just didn't sit well with my skin. Like it wasn't clearing the problem, it was just drying it out, but it wasn't actually like making anything better. So I went back, he gave me another cream with benzoyl peroxide, which helped, but it aggravated my eczema, and my skin reacted to it, and it was just too many chemicals for a 14-year-old's face. It was too drying, it was too much, and it just hurt my skin. It was just too much. And so I just turned around and I was like, oh, I just give up, like I just accept it, like, my skin will clear up in its own time. So then I just left it, and it just kind of, it stayed the same. It wasn't like, nothing really changed with it. It was still quite red and angry, but it had calmed down a little bit. So at about 16, it wasn't quite as red and bumpy, but it was still really noticeable. I still had like pussy spots. I'd have a new pus spot every day. I had blackheads, and it just like, it wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible. So I went back to the doctor and he gave me a course of antibiotics and a different cream, and it didn't really do anything for my skin. Like it didn't really make anything better or worse, it just kind of stayed the same. So I just gave up. I was like, oh, do you know what, like I'll just accept it, I'll just have acne forever. I will just have spots when I'm 80 years old and that's okay, who cares. So a couple of years passed, and when I was about 18 I started going to uni, so I started going out quite a lot and drinking alcohol, having more sugar, more fats, more unhealthy food, greasy food. I wasn't really exercising. I was eating pretty good still, I always eat well, but I wasn't eating as good as I could. I was having a lot more treats than I would normally have sober. And my skin started looking really like saggy and sallow, and just, it looked like that yellow tin. It just didn't look healthy, and I just thought, oh, like what can I do? So I started researching more like natural remedies like tea tree oil, lavender oil, aloe vera gel. I started cutting out all the chemicals. I started really focusing on what I was putting on my skin. And so I'd use like tea tree oil and it would help, and I'd use Lush face masks and Lush products, which are all really organic, really natural, vegan, cruelty free. And so I was like, okay, I'll use that face mask like once a week, have a pamper session, and like just look after my skin a little bit more. I graduated university last summer, and I turned around to myself and I was like, I am going to fix my skin. I'm actually making a conscious effort in my day-to-day life to really try and calm down my skin, and nothing's working. Like I need to go back to my doctor. So my doctor was like, okay, I'm going to put you on a contraceptive pill which should help regulate your hormones and balance things out a little bit more, and it's also for acne as well, so that should target that. And at the same time I'm going to put you on a course of antibiotics, and that should kill all of the acne causing bacteria. They didn't work. Granted, I was only on them for a couple of months, but at this point, this was December last year, and I had had enough. And I turned around to him and I was like, I want to be referred to a dermatologist. I want to go see a skin specialist. I want to go and see someone who is going to take this problem seriously and someone who's just going to help me. So my dermatologist was fantastic, and she basically asked me all these health questions. So history of depression, do you have this, do you have that, like just obviously doing the background checks and just making sure like everything's in order. She was like, okay, we're going to go ahead with Roaccutane. You need to consent to not get pregnant on this drug because it will give your baby birth defects. Like I literally had to sign a piece of paper saying I consent to not get pregnant whilst I'm on Roaccutane. So I had to have a blood test, which I had the next day, which checked my liver, my kidney, my blood cell count, and it was a pregnancy test included in it. Basically, my results came back, all fine, and she gave me a month's worth prescription of Roaccutane. In the first month, I took one 20mg pill of Roaccutane, and now I'm on month 2, I take 2 pills, so I take 40mg. And they actually make you quite drowsy when you up the dosage, so I take mine with my evening meal, and it makes me a little bit sleepy, but then I just go to sleep in a couple of hours anyway, so it's no issue. But I mean, Roaccutane isn't for everyone, and definitely do your research, but this is where I'm at, and at the moment I will just do anything to clear up my skin. I just wanted to kind of make a video and just, I don't know, just if I can help one person with their skin, then that's great, that's really good for me. But I just know how helpful it is watching these videos and seeing people's other life experiences. For me personally, so far, no reactions, my skin's clearing up a little bit. We will see. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better because it's got to bring everything out. But all I can really do is just kind of just keep a check on what's going on. But yeah, I'm rambling. So if you enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe for more. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a great day.